This double nutmeg from Mohamed Salah, filthy. Had some Christmas plans over the festive break, so didn't quite get the chance to react to the win over Leicester, but I am back to an absolute banger from Liverpool. Another emphatic victory on the road. We've now scored 14 goals in our last 3 games, 11 of them coming on the road against Tottenham and West Ham in London. And most importantly, we've managed to keep another clean sheet in this one. We just conceded 7 in the space of our last 3 Premier League games before this, so really, really good for us to keep that clean sheet at last. Now, there's so many positives to talk about from a performance like this, but I want to first start with one of the negatives, and it comes down to Andy Robertson again. It's probably a forgotten moment for most people considering how early in the game it happened and how well it went for us since, but it could have been a very, very costly mistake from him early on. Again, caught dallying on the ball, Kudus pounces and then sets up the West Ham attack, and we get quite fortunate that they don't capitalise and take the lead. And it's just one of those things where he then goes on to have a pretty decent game, and he does this a lot recently. He'll have a good game on the whole, so it's not complete bashing of Andy Robertson here, but to have so many of these lapses recently, it feels like almost every game now he has one sort of big error in him, and some of them have led to goals, some of them don't, but you're going to get punished sooner or later, and we can't keep relying on other people to bail us out. It's not good enough for Andy Robertson, the standards he's set himself over the years, and yeah, it's just a good time to really have Costa Tsimikas back, because yeah, I don't want to see him starting if he's going to keep having these moments in him. He's got to cut them out. And then I guess this is also an opportunity to give a quick shout out to Mohamed Kudus, because he was a bright spark for West Ham today. They were pretty poor on the whole, but he was a rare spark for them. Obviously pounces on that opportunity there, tries to create a few issues for us, and does also hit the post at some point. So unlucky for him, he's just in a team malfunctioning today. But otherwise, I'd say he was actually not too bad. Then Mohamed Salah back at it again. Every game we're talking about him because he's just so good at the moment. He gets a goal and 2 assists in a weirdly frustrating performance, because I really felt like he could have had another 3, 4, 5 goals in this game. There were a few chances he just absolutely fluffed, but I mean, the fact that he can spurn that many chances and still come out with a goal and 2 assists just shows he's just playing at such a high bonkers level right now. And with that as well comes the fact that he's at this level of his career where he's on the cusp of so many records. So every week, something new is sent tumbling. And, well, today was no new day. There's another 3 records, I think, today. First up here, most games in a Premier League season by where he's had a game where he's both scored and assisted. I mean, look at the names of some of the people on here that he's just knocked off with this record. Some absolute Premier League legends. And Bruno Fernandes. He's also broken into the top 10 for all-time Premier League assists in history. That should read 82, of course, because this was taken when he got the first assist. He then went on to get another one. And, I mean, just looking at this list as well, by the end of this season alone, he could be creeping into that top 8. I wouldn't put him past him. And another record, 20 goals in 8 consecutive Premier League seasons. Just an 8-season wonder, eh? Then another legend for the club, Trent Alexander-Arnold, with a goal today, an absolute belter. Takes, of course, a big defection off, I think it was Kilman, to wrong foot the goalkeeper. But, I've been waiting for him to just step and lash one in from distance again. And fair play to him. He shushes the crowd and the critics with a little talking celebration there. He's maintained all along. He's not going to get drawn into a public display or row over his contract situation. He's always kept it behind the scenes wrapped up. So he doesn't care for the noise. He's made that clear. He's made it clear probably, I think, more for the fans than the media, just to let us know, like, listen, stop listening to the noise. Look at what he's doing on the pitch. 11 recoveries today, 3 chances created, gets his goal. 2 of those chances created were big chances. If he keeps dropping performances like these, then why should we care about all the noise, right? It's not distracting him. That's all we need to worry about. And then let what happens behind the scenes happen behind the scenes. Hopefully he will sign that new deal. But regardless, as long as he keeps dropping performances, we can't fault him. Last couple of players I want to touch on here as well. First of which is Cody Gakpo, who just continues that incredible level of consistency in front of goal. That is now 9 goals and 2 assists for him in his last 14 appearances in all competitions. 11 of which of those were starts. So that's 11 G/A in 11 starts. Really, really consistent from him. This is what we need as well. All the plaudits, all this, the awe around Salah and what he's doing. But you want other players plugging in consistently to just make up the rest of the numbers, so you don't feel the weight lost if someone like Salah needed a rest or got an injury or whatever it may be. And this man is just doing so well at that. As is Luis Diaz, who of course bagged that brace against Tottenham, got rested against Leicester, didn't play a single minute there, comes straight back in, scores the opener today. He's now up to 8 Premier League goals this season. Pointed the wrong way for a second, but just look at that. In less than half the games he played last season, he's already matched his goal scoring tally. It's been something that was so heavily demanded of him to improve as that side of his game, and he's done it. So credit where it's due, man. He's really stepped it up. Next up for the Reds is a much deserved week of rest ahead of Manchester United at Anfield next Sunday and then a Tottenham game. Two big games come out, and hopefully we can keep this kind of goal fest vibes going.